Good morning or afternoon from wherever you're watching. Thanks for tuning in again this week. I had a big day in Sydney Saturday, 3 winners. You got the middle of the donut at Caulfield. Set one a task and the other two ran well.
Yeah. No, it was a tough day at Caulfield. Who wants to win the Caulfield Cup?
We don't do suburbs. Who was that said that?
Dunno.
It's pretty funny, but still got to get that major. Geez, you were getting snappy with David Gately on TV yesterday, weren't you? Yeah, you were very annoyed.
Oh well, just like David Gately will never be on Channel 9 News, will he?
He's alright, Gately. Geez, you're a bit scathing.
He only just held a spot at TVN and got lucky they get
geez, you found a fan here.
Nah, fair play to them.
He was only coaching the form lines.
Well, they should be promoting racing, promoting turnover.
That's what he's promoting.
Well, he's saying Winks can't win a Cox Plate.
No, he said on the form line she can't, but she might. But take her on face value of how she's won those races.
Fair
She
enough.
might just be a freak. You just took it personally.
You do. The horses are like your children.
You're right, Gator, mate. You're one of my
your
friends.
wife.
You're one of my people. Palmer C. You wouldn't understand. We're going to rip through a weekend. Good project, well written by Clipperton. First winner for us.
Good ride.
Reminds me a bit of Blake Shin from years ago.
Yeah.
Lady LaFay was good on her first Australian start. She gets a notable mention because she'll be winning races.
Get your finger.
Montauk, outstanding, goes to the Carbine Club on Derby Day.
And
Bet up, and he will win again.
next,
And what else?
counter attack.
Tried to tell you, probably less viewers this week. A few people building yachts. I was doing Chaminda at that stage, so I only had a half bet, but I still got out. Right, Friday night, Canterbury. I'm even going to make a little celebrity guest appearance at Canterbury Friday night because I think we're going to have a good night, and this is why I'm bringing it to your attention. Albo, 15.50 first race. A little bit of sense of timing about this filly, I think.
Z.
Dirt up 15.50. It just smells of Waller preparation.
Barrier 4, tying them aboard. Ty's one of the better riders in town Friday night.
Just doesn't say much for the other poor buggers.
He's fine, he'll be right. And he's ready to fight. She is.
Ricchitno, second race, 1100 metres. Drawn an inside alley. I noticed you've got her in 2 races. First start, trial was okay.
Yeah, good. It was very good. She's a filly owned by Stan Sarek. Come up from Melbourne. Had a couple of jump outs down there and trialled well in Sydney. She's ready to run well.
Quick strike, waltzing Willie, electrifying 15.50 metres. Made a case for the 3 of them, couldn't you?
Oh, electrifying.
Geez, he was stiff the other day. Go and have a look at Jim
Really?
Cassidy. Oh,
Jeez, he's been a touch disappointing. Well, that's good to hear.
I thought his run was very good.
Waltzing Willie won well first up. It was a nice ride. And quick strike. This first up run was good also.
Super.
Got a good hand there, Lamb.
Yeah. Race 4, Sanaya, unlucky. She was unlucky.
Is this one of yours, the boat club handicap? You remember that?
I know a few jockeys that are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have boat races on a Saturday.
Oh, don't talk rubbish.
Sanaya, Rory Hutchings aboard, barrier 7. Nice filly this.
Nice filly. Nice big strong filly. Barrier 7, as you said. Does a few little things wrong, but gee, I think she'll take a lot of experience from that first up run. This is her first preparation. She's come a long way in her first prep.
Yep.
Vinery, gee, they buy a nice horse, and it's a pleasure to be training for them.
Now's the time. What if they bred her?
They're good breeders too.
Okay.
Very good breeders.
Last race, now's the time. Springbok Flyer, no return. Hilarious on her eye contact.
Tipping you'll be gone before the last.
Well, yes. Now's the time.
He's going well, but he's got barrier 13. Get your foot off me. Springbok Flyer, he's knocking on the door. He's ready to go. And no return. He'll win one of these races sooner or later. His form line's good. Hilarious Honour, not far away. Eye contact. Might just go forward on a Saturday and see if he can change things around.
Just laughing because yesterday when Chrissy was doing a bit of hard manual, horse trod on his foot, so you can't see it on the camera, but I keep getting his big toe and he's getting quite.
It's wonderful.
What do you keep whacking me for? Randwick, Saturday. Waller's already having a cry because the field sizes are small.
Well,
doesn't affect you winning races, pal.
Liam, they've put the top weight up to 61.
Yep.
If you race a horse out of its grade, like in the first race, it's not ours, Tony Newing, he's got Timeless Prince, he's got 62.5. Dead set, only certain horses can carry these weights. Winetail's a mare, 59.5, she's second to top weight. But a lot of horses can't carry big weights, so therefore people are reluctant to run them. Those top weighted horses, they're the ones that punters want to bet on. It's easy to say spread the weights and the horses down the bottom will create interest. Well, punters don't want to bet on most bottom weighted horses. You're only filling the races up with rubbish, and Saturday's evidence that you haven't increased the field sizes. With the first 3 races you've got fields of 7, then you've got an 11, an 8, a 10. The highway handicap's only got 10. There's another race with 10. The last race today is 15, and only one with decent runners, and that's before scratchings. Sure, it's a tough week of the year, but it also should be seen as the best week of the year. The crowds in Sydney have been good. People are coming back to the track. We're starting to get that right. But some horses have been asked to carry too much weight. Trainers won't do it. Owners will send them interstate.
Is it? So you're planting the blame firmly?
I think
you wouldn't say the programming of certain races has got an impact on it. You think it's just the 61 kilos?
I think
didn't think it was an issue last week.
There's certain issues. Look, we'll get around it. Doesn't matter what it is for us. I'm saying for the better of racing.
Yeah.
We still had 3 winners last week, and we'll probably get the same this week. But I'm talking for the better of racing. Maybe I shouldn't worry about it. Maybe we should just worry about our own stable and keep winning more races. For the better of racing, things aren't quite right yet. They don't listen. They'll only do what they think's best.
What's the answer?
Making horses available for more races so they can back up. They set races programs so you can race your horses 2 or 3 weeks out. You should be able to run them every week if you want to.
Okay.
Weights, have it how it was before. Maybe go to 60, but not 62. Maybe bring the bottom weight down to 53. Right. Yeah, all jockeys can't ride it, but there's enough for everybody.
So make it a 7 kilo spread at 60 and 53. In case if there's similar races every week.
More often, not every week. More often. You can't do everything every week. But I'll give you an example. Like we're sending horses like Montauk and those to Melbourne. Why? Because there's no races for them here. Had there been a mile 3-hour race that leads into an 18 or 1900, they'd stay here. But we've got 30 horses in Melbourne at the moment, or 26. Half of those horses could have stayed up here and raced, but we just let them go to Melbourne for better races.
Alright, let's get into Saturday's program. Winetails and Redoutable Heart in the first, 1400.
I was just thinking about something.
What?
Well, even the horses like the Tats Cup last week, make it a set weights and penalties race.
Right.
Melbourne don't give a stuff about who wins the Tats Cup. It's not going to get horses into the Melbourne Cup. Yeah, you might make a case that Hawks' horse of Maratus won the race and then won the Lexus and ran second in the Melbourne Cup, but gee, they're few and far between. Why not keep the Metropolitan horses in town for another fortnight instead of just sending them off to interstate? Anyhow.
So you think lengthen the duration of stakes races over the spring to match it with Melbourne, or what?
Just don't let all the good horses disappear.
Okay.
We've still got Saturday racing. It's still our pride and joy in Sydney.
Yeah.
Keep as many horses as you can here. Good project's a good example. He'll end up down Melbourne during Cup week. Like there's no incentive to keep them here. There's no staying races beyond for the middle grade horses, the Soviet Courages and all them. Dance of Heroes, well, not so much him, but he's only an average horse. But those better middle tier stars, they'll all end up in Melbourne. Your 4 Carats, and simple as that.
So what else have you been thinking about this week?
There's lots of things. It's a long day. It's a long day.
Well,
Well,
what can you tell me about the runners in the first
we're at.
Randwick?
They're well placed.
Okay. Small field, average, moderate race, horses in the field, and
Winetails looks very hard to beat, dropping back to the 1400. She's carrying 59.5 against the boys. That's the only negative there. I guess if we think Redoubtable Heart's a winning chance, we'd hold Winetails over for the other race, which looks immoral. Well, not immoral.
Well, it's not immoral. With Villanova. Rock sturdy. Geez, it's gone to Melbourne. Back again. 62 to be hard. Frespinol was better the other day. Anyway, that's alright. So you're happy with Winetails? Villanova probably needs another run, is that right?
I think so.
Okay, good. We've got a few races off there. Wudang Mountain, 3-year-old 1400, 61 kilos.
Yep.
What's that?
Nothing. Wudang. Yeah, 61.5. See, well,
Alright.
right, if this horse gets beat, the owner's going to say, Chris, what'd you run it with 61.5 for? Fortunately, our stable's big enough, we're always winning races, but if a lesser trainer does that, the horse gets beat, well, we'll end up going on a truck to some other trainer, or if that trainer says, well look, if we're carrying the same weight again next week in Sydney, well, it'll end up going to Melbourne. Like 61.5, he's won a couple of races, he's running for 85,000, but no, shouldn't be allowed to win it, because you've got to give the other ones a chance down the bottom. Well, who's going to have a bet on Eagle Strike with 54?
Well, I don't think you should discriminate.
Well, I'm just saying. If there was any other horse on 54, I'd be saying the same. Hawks has got one with 56. Well, that's 2 kilos above the minimum. That's a legitimate chance. That's all.
Race 8, Soviet Courage, Dance of Heroes, Danju.
Yeah, it's a good example. It's not our horse. Hearns Oak, 61. It's doing a good job. But they put a kid on it. The top 3 horses in this race all ridden by apprentices. You're a punter. You don't like betting on apprentices, do you?
Yeah, but I'm positive too. I can't change what they've put up, so I'm still going to bet on it.
Right.
So I'm just going to get my head around it and deal with it.
Well,
so you've got 3 horses here.
Okay.
We've addressed the 61 kilo situation. Give
And
me an insight into your horses in this
the minimum
race.
race in this is 56.
So drop it, make it a 59, 54.
Yeah.
Should be handicapper's discretion. There you go. Solve all problems. Give me a little spiel on these 3.
Soviet Courage just needs a bit further.
Yep. Dance of Heroes
Going
well.
good. Bad gate.
Danju.
Might nominate him for next Wednesday. Danju, he's ready to fire. I heard you mumble that he might be half a run short.
Yeah, we looked at it the other day.
See how good a judge you are.
Okay. Well, you just keep.
You won't be far away.
You just keep sleep talking about your 61.5s. All Cerise, Rockalicious, Harlem Lady. Bit of time for this mare down the bottom. Rockalicious goes very good, and All Cerise, well, I'd just like to see win a race. Don't even go there with the 61 kilos. Just tell me about the horses.
All Cerise, we gave her a trial in between runs just to give her a bit of a kill, so to speak. They're probably going to have to change that name, eh? We're going to have to stop using it. We gave her a victory in the trial. That's better, right?
I really don't care. We're just
She finished
finished
off very well. She's a fit horse. Good drawn barrier too. Rockalicious. She's done a super job this preparation, winning 3 city races.
No, she's got 6.5 to carry on Saturday. Let's not even go to the races.
Well, at least in this race, she's carrying it against her own 6.
Beautiful.
And Harlem Lady down the bottom. That's like she's in the race with 55, but she's a long way off Rockalicious and Nose, isn't she? Or can she still?
Well, according to the benchmark, she's not.
Can she steam home?
It's
and
a harder race in terms of, like, I don't know, just I feel it's a harder race.
You don't know.
Well, she's coming out of a race against, like, I won't say that word, but she's coming out of a race against some pretty average horses at Warwick Farm, and she's got to take on a horse like Rockalicious. It's won 3 races, and goes pretty good. Moonee Valley, you'll be sitting at Crown.
So what are you saying? The horses on the minimum don't have a chance?
Oh, I don't. I'm not even weighing in the debate. Not even weighing.
Well, she's one of the better ones.
Well, they had smarter people than me analyse all this crap and come together and work out 61 kilos. Once you blokes get your head around it, we'll be fine. Weight carrying thresholds, we call it. I just think, yes, we've got bad small fields on Saturday, but don't just be caning them after 2 weeks. Give them a chance. Why don't educate people to run their horses instead of having city trainers take their horses to Bathurst during the week and fill their fields up? Because they obviously don't want to run their horses in town. If they don't want to run their horses in town, maybe train in Bathurst.
We'll charge them extra for taking them to Bathurst.
We'll give them a premium, I don't care.
Fair call. Fair call. They do, a lot of city trainers do take the horses.
An hour on Sunday, and this, I'm not having to go at them because it makes for good betting, but you got...
I'd hate to be paying the training fees on them, that's for sure.
Strawberry Boy and Amavachi line up in the Crystal Mile on Saturday. A race you've won before, and they've both going good. Are they?
Yeah, Strawberry Boy's finally got half a barrier 6. He'll be suited by the weight for age scale.
Anyone would think you're starving. Your bad barriers, 61.5.
Amavacho, geez, it was a ride and a half first up, wasn't he?
Yeah, lucky.
Good run.
Lucky.
Horses come through it well. He's got barrier 12 of 12. Good field. Gee, it'll be hard to beat the top 8. Lucky hustle, won't it?
Cox Plate, I think we're across this. It's a ripping field. More horses can win the race than can't. Give me a little brief summarization. You like that one? Summary of your 3 runners here in this race. And not allowed to bring into account barriers or weights, even though it's weight for age race.
Preferment. The harder they run,
yep,
the better he'll go. He's the stayer of our 3. He's rock hard fit. He's in terrific form. Winning a Turnbull last start is a pretty good lead towards a Cox Plate. Kermadec is going terrific. His first run in Melbourne was a little bit below what I expected. That was his first attempt at 2,000 metres. It was on a very firm track. Those 3 factors, distance first time, track was hard, left-handed first time, to me are enough to suggest he can bounce off that. His work at Moonee Valley has been very good, and he is a very good horse. He will be hard to beat. Winx, she's won her last 4, not just won them. She has dead set won with authority. She's come back a better horse. You pointed out on good tracks her form is clearly superior to a wet track form. She's an Oaks winner over 2,200 metres. She was second in an Australian Oaks over 2,400 on the bog track. She is a dead set superstar. Let's hope she can do it at weight for age level on Saturday over 2,040 metres.
Good luck. Ballet Suite, barrier 8, field of 13.
What are you tipping in the Cox Plate?
I'm just looking forward to watching the race.
Yeah. Just cheering, mate.
I had a bit of earlies on. No, I've invested. I'm early on Kermadec at $17. And then I'll just square the ledger off on the other 2 Saturday, have more running for a result and enjoy myself. If we win it, I'll celebrate. If we get beat, you still haven't won a major.
Ballet Suite, eh? Barrier 8 in the field of 13, drops to a handicap which will suit better. got round the valley with no problems on
Tuesday.
Tuesday morning. And Damien Oliver's riding,
Okay.
55.5.
Rates must have gone up. Thought she was disappointing last start. 2 runs prior to that were excellent. So can we expect her to bounce back?
I think so.
Okay. Alright. One of the all-time great days of Australian racing on Saturday. It'll be an outstanding event, 5:40 PM. Just make sure you're watching because it's very exciting. Cox Plate Day. It's probably my 3rd favourite day. After the Brian Crowley Stakes Day. Good luck.